Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope that you are doing well, and today we are going to discuss very awesome current affairs of India and the world. So we will cover definitely the Telangana current affairs a lot, but we are also going to cover one important current affair which is at this point of time very important, that is the Operation Roaring Lion. Okay, I'll just see that whether the audio is properly working or not. Yes, audio is very good. Let us go ahead without wasting any time. And all those students who are watching me, do join my classes mentorship program that is going to help you for the upcoming TGPSC examination for sure. And those students who are asking me what is the status of TGPSC Group 1 mains Supreme Court related aspects, I'm not aware of it. The concerned student group is not contacted me, not coordinating me, so I am well not aware of the SLP, okay, special leave petition, because you know that the lawyers who are going to represent in the Supreme Court, they don't charge very less. It's like up to 3 to 5 lakhs for the one representation, okay, one argument they will charge. So to mobilize that much amount of money, I hope that is very difficult for the students to do it. That's why they may not be able to approaching me, okay, along with some other advocates. Two, three advocates will definitely have a lot of as a group we will work on, and I have my own mindset to talk about it. Okay, I have some important question of law that I can only properly explain. The other advocates, students advocates, they have some own points that they will do the analysis. Okay, so we have 2 3 advocates generally to represent our case, but the thing is that you guys need to coordinate and contact me, and along with the other advocates we need to sit together and we need to find a very perfect strategy that how we are going to do with the SLP. If not, the student is not able to mobilize across the state, we have to go to the parties and the people who are working to eradicate malpractices in the administration. We have to consult to the NGOs, civil society organizations, opposition leaders, political leaders. So we have to go for the philanthropist also in such a way that we can able to put our case with regard to TGPSC Group 1, okay, in the Supreme Court SLP. I hope this is all clear to you. Let us start our discussion. I'll just increase the brightness because I'm not able to see. So this is a very news, very important news that is there at this point of time since yesterday, because you know that Israel and USA have launched military air strikes on what? On Iran. Remember this point here. And one point you have to remember always whenever you're studying the international current affairs or geopolitics, make sure that you know the political and physiogeographical features of that particular country. So USA is always there in the news, try to see that the bordering countries of USA, try to see the physiogeography of USA, the important lake like Mississippi is there. You're having many mountains, or also the Rocky Mountains are there. You should be knowing about it. In the same way, you have to also have the very good understanding of Israel map. Where is the West Bank? Where is the Gaza Strip? Okay, what are the territorial boundaries of the countries that Israel is making boundary with, and the coastal boundary it makes with the Mediterranean Sea. You should be knowing about it, and obviously you should be knowing with regard to what Iran territorial bordering countries, Iran important deserts, Dast-e-Kawe, Dast-e-Lut is also there, and you also need to know that the Chabahar port which we are talking about is also situated in Iran, which India is a party for its development. Okay, so you should be knowing that Iran also shares the coastal boundary with Arabian Sea along with Pakistan, and I should be telling you that Afghanistan does not have any coastal boundary, as Afghanistan does not have any part of its which is exposed toward any of the ocean or a sea. It's a landlocked nation. Okay, right. The news is very simple, my dear students. Okay, the Israelis and the Americans are believing that the Khamenei is that the supreme leader of Iran. We call everyone calls him as supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. It is his full name, and people are saying that okay, Israeli media and broadcasters along with the America's medias and broadcasters, they are saying that he is dead. You can see that Iran supreme leader Khamenei cut off from the contact. No certainty on fate, Israel sources said. Okay, preliminary assessment, if you see supreme leader likely hurt in Israel attack, that is what they are saying. So this is a place of where they are showing in the satellite that this is where the Khamenei is residing, and it has been completely destructed. Okay, Israel TV reports citing unnamed Israeli resources growing indication that Khamenei might have been killed. Suppose if he has been killed, then who is going to be the next successor? And Israelis and Americans have already told that they are going to eliminate important leaders of this particular regime, such as if he goes off there, they are going to target Masood Pezekian, then they are going to target Syed Abdul Rahman Mosawi, then they are going to target Ali Shamkhani, then they are going to target Ali Larijani. So these are the important faces with regard to what succession of the supreme leader post. And one more point I would like to tell all of you, that this particular operation during Ryan is going to create lot of insecurities among many of the nations. And right now the Qatar, Dubai and Saudi has been they are sandwiched between what Islamic Brotherhood and also what US dictates. US is not protecting them. They cannot go against what Iran, they know it very well, because you know that what Iran is building, they are ready for the nuclear talks. But if you're talking about completely stopping the ballistic missile program, which we as Indians also do it, then that's not going to happen. So there is a lot of conflict, lot of issues are there, confusions are there with regard to the Arab nations, that how they can that retaliate with regard to this particular operation. They are not able to stop the missiles from Iran, because the Islamic Brotherhood, the dictates of the USA is not properly taken care of by the Gulf nations. And on other side, the USA and Israel are bombing the Iran. That's all the scenario at this point of time. And one more point I would like to tell you, what is Operation Roaring Lion. Remember this point here. USA want 4 conditions from Iran. If the 4 conditions are actually, you say that if the 4 conditions are met, they are going to stop this particular war. They said this way. What are the 4 conditions that we are talking about? The first condition here is very simple. First of all, Iran should completely stop the nuclear power program. I have already told you one of my short that nuclear technology is a dual use technology. It means you can generate electricity with the help of the nuclear or harnessing of the uranium, or you can develop an atomic bomb in the form of conversion of uranium to plutonium. So nuclear power program need to be stopped, because USA and Israel, obviously Israel is threatened that if Iran gets the nuclear weapons, then it is going to use against Israel one or the other day. So this is the first condition. Iran should completely stop the nuclear power program. Then the second condition is that Iran should also abandon or stop the ballistic missile program. Also, ballistic missiles are basically long range missile, and they have the capability to destroy or penetrate the Iron Dome of the Israel. That's the reason Trump is saying that you need to also stop this particular what I say is that this ballistic missile program. And you just see that how they are dictating the terms even with respect to the ballistic missile. And Israel, the America is also demanding that the supreme leader regime should be toppled down. He does not want to see Ayatollah Ali Khamenei to be the supreme leader of Iran. He wants the regime change. What he want? Regime change. He doesn't want him to be in the power. So this is the third important condition that they have put. And the fourth important condition from the Israelis and Americans is that they believe that in Hezbollah, the terrorist organization designated in Lebanon, Palestine, in Hamas, the terrorist organization designated in Palestine, then in Houthis of Yemen, the terrorist organization designated in Yemen. So they believe that these kind of terrorist organizations are acting as a proxies of Iran. Means Iran is not there. Instead of Iran, it is these organizations who is working on the interest of Iran. That is what they believe in. And they are saying that these organizations are getting fund, technology, all the supplies from the Iran, and Iran need to abandon all these activities. That is what they are saying. So these are the 4 conditions that the Americans and the Israelis had put forward across the Iran. But Iran, I guess, they are not going to bend down. If already they have eliminated the president of Iran in the 2025. Now we have the supreme leader. He will be eliminated. Another will come. How many of you are going to kill in the light of killing even the civilian? Even the civilians, innocent civilians. So you are not going to go for the complete invasion of Afghanistan. What have you done in Iraq? What have you done in Syria? What have you done in Venezuela? You are not going to do any of this with regard to Iran. You know this better, because if that happens, that will lead to mass scale escalations of the war, and lots of people, lots of soldiers are going to die. You cannot just flatten the complete Iran with the airstrikes. You cannot do that. You need to move your military where you can distinguish who is the Iranian army or who is the Iranian civilian. If you just go on bombarding and just wiping out each and every building, then lot of criticism, lot of condemnation, and many of the Gulf nations will be against America, and does not have any kind of locus standi to even talk about that justifying their particular act. So I guess that is not going to happen. But I really don't understand why this America and Israel is if they are going to eliminate only the leaders, obviously obviously other leaders will step in. That's very common. Such a big country, don't you think that there will be a don't you think that there will be a vacuum of leadership? That's not going to happen for sure. So that is what I'm talking about. I hope this is all clear to you. Let us go ahead with our important topics again. Okay. So with regard to Telangana current affairs, the first one we are having is Telangana introduces TE poll app for election complaints. Okay, Telangana State Election Commission has launched Telangana election poll mobile app for election complaints before the municipal elections. You just need to know that which is the app. The app is called as TE poll. Remember this. Government in vitro fertilization services changing fertility scenario across the state. You know that now many of the couples who does not have a baby are taking the services from the government hospitals, and they are getting the baby also after multiple failed in the one example is given here. After multiple failed infertility treatments in the private hospital, a 30-year-old woman from Alwal here has been delivered with a healthy baby girl following an in vitro fertilization treatment at the government-run Gandhi Hospital, Secunderabad. Lovely. This is highlighting the growing role of government healthcare institutions in providing advanced fertility services. The woman was married for 7 years, approached the infertility across the state, doesn't happen, but when she get into the Gandhi Hospital in last February, okay, after many of the unsuccessful intrauterine insemination, this elsewhere, here she got into a perfected insemination and she got a baby girl. Following a detailed infertility workup, doctors initiated a medical ovulation induction. As there was no adequate response, she was taken up for the IVF. Gandhi Hospital till now has carried around 1,550 ovulation induction procedures. 56 positive cases has been reported, and around you can see that one out of 56, like out of these many ovulation induction, 1 or 3 positive outcomes means baby got delivered. What is the meaning of IVF? Intrauterine insemination procedure is nothing but a fertility treatment in which a sperm is placed directly into the uterus instead of what going through sex or intercourse or fertilization. So directly a healthy sperm will be inserted into uterus, where the mother at the time of the ovulation or the periods, then automatically it fuses and a new baby will come into the world. This is all about the growth of government institution to provide what fertility services to the population, which is very important. For the poor people, it is like gone case at all, because they cannot afford this very costly infertility services, right? So now you can see that India and United Arab Emirates, a very big important update is there here with regard to India and UAE. A long-term deal has happened to supply 0.5 million metric tons of, metric ton is nothing but 1000 kg. Now we are talking about million times. You have to count the 1000 kg. That much of LPG per year we are going to get from what UAE. With this deal, the Middle Eastern country has also become India's second largest LNG supplier after the Qatar. MoU on food safety and technical requirements were also signed between these two leaders, which will provide for sanitary and qualitative and quality parameters to facilitate trade, exchange, promotion of cooperation in food sector, food products, okay, all that we agricultural exports from India, all that MOUs were also signed. India and UAE also have set a very important point. It is set an annual target of 200 billion by 2032. That much of trade we are going to do, and agreed to seal a deal with Strategic Defense Pact. The volume of two-day trade reached to 84 billion in 2023 to 2024. 84 billion it has become. So we want to increase it to what, 200 billion. So food sector, agriculture sector, okay, defense sector, many of the memorandum of understandings has been, and the most important is that LNG will be supplied by the UAE to India in a very large amount. Okay, you can see that this is a very important the Manrega scheme, which is now changed as GRAM-G bill. Okay, so the issue that protests the CM Sir Revanth Reddy and his cabinet and the Council of Ministers protesting against some of the important problems with regard to Manrega changing. Manrega name has also been changed, Viksit Bharat Gramin Yojana, like that it is there, but there are some issues that they have pointed out. Okay, in the previous scheme there is no 60 days break, whereas in the new scheme, okay, 60-day break is there. The 60-day break during the agriculture season will create a migration of rural to the poor area, to the urban areas. So basically the Modi government is saying that if the agriculture season is there, you don't need employment, right? So why do you want it? So 60 days break will be there with regard to Manrega, means only 10 months it will run. The Congress government says that no, it is not like that. You need to give the you need to give the Manrega employment whole the year, which was a previous feature. That feature, which is like 365 days work was available, it is now 60-day break is there during the agriculture season. Restoration of rights. Manrega is a demand-based and right-based legal guarantee of work to the poor. So it's a demand based, it's a act, so you have to restore their rights without taking their livelihood opportunity. Viksit Bharat Gramin Ram G scheme, the new scheme is anti-labor, anti-farmers. It will not benefit these sections who are backbone of the agriculture sector. Funding ratio has also been changed. Okay, the funding burden on the state government will be huge financial burden. Now the state and central government, state has to bear more burden with regard to the money to be shelled out in Manrega, that G Ramji bill, which was not the case previously. Restoration of original name, so it is a Mahatma Gandhi's dignity, its respect. Why did you change it like that? A new law help Adani and Ambani with cheap labor. That is what the protest has been there. Okay, this is all about today's current affairs with regard to fine. Okay, I hope this is all clear to you. I'll come with more important Telangana news and current affairs. We'll start our budget also. 2026-2027 Telangana budget has not come. That's the reason. Okay, I am not discussing now because I want to start the Indian budget as early as possible. Why? Because why I'm staying just is that if the Telangana budget comes, so I can have a very clear understanding of like how much is allocation of Telangana, how much allocation is there with regard to what I say is that Indian various sectors, so we can have a comparative study. That's how we can able to get through the examination very easily. That is my thought. Okay, let us wait for the Telangana budget to come. Otherwise, I'll discuss some important areas of Indian budget in the form of what I say is that mains question and answer. I hope this is all clear to you. Do join my classes, mentor sessions with regard to UPSC, DGPSC, APPC. You will be doing good. Okay, that's my promise. Take care.